Welcome to digital class 8 class English medium subject social lesson number 5 forest using and protection part 2 location and types of forest. You have to learn today's class. In the previous class we learned about what is a forest and how we are protecting them. We have learned already. In this lesson, in this day, we are learning about the location and types of forest. The location and types of forest. Where do forests grow? This is a difficult question to answer. Answer eక్కడ forest ఉన్నాయి? Where the forest? It is very difficult question and answer also. Several thousands of years ago, forests grow almost everywhere where there was soil, sunshine and rain. For forests, thousands of years ago, almost all, everywhere is where the soil, water and sunshine is there. There is trees. Thus, forests do not grow only in the Arctic regions or high up in the snow-covered Himalayas or sandy or rocky deserts or on sandy sea coasts. Leaving aside such places, forests grow almost everywhere. However, as human beings took to agriculture and living in villages and towns, forests were cut down for agriculture, mines, plantation, industries, etc. Slowly, by the beginning of 20th century, forests were confined to only tracts that were not useful for agriculture. Regions that are hilly, slopy, rocky, etc. or which were too cold or far away from population centers retained forest cover. These forests are above the sea levels and hilly areas and sandy areas, that is the forest areas. Forest can be classified on the basis of different criteria. For example, we can classify them on the basis of how dense or sparse the vegetation is. We can have very dense forest, open, scrub forest, degraded forest, etc. We have dense forest, open scrub forest and degraded forests are there. This classification helps us to understand where we have thick forest covered and where it is in a degraded situations. Another way of classifying forest is by looking at the type of vegetation that grow in them. Different kinds of trees grow in places which have a particular climate, combination of rainfall, temperature and clayey cycle of dry, wet and hot months, etc. For example, some trees like coniferous trees like pine will only grow in very cold climates which also have snowfall. Snowfall is the great coniferous, like pine trees grow there. Some trees like teak grow in regions of moderate rain and warm temperatures. This teak annadi warm temperature lo untadi, moderate temperature lo kuda perugutundi. The density of the trees will also depend upon the nature of rainfall and temperature. Let us learn about some kinds of forests. Some kinds of forests are there. We have to learn about them. First of all, we have evergreen forest. Evergreen forest. First of all, you have to know about evergreen forest. Regions which get very high rainfall and also have a very warm climate like equatorial regions or regions like Kerala and Andamans in India have evergreen forests. Ivi ekkada untayante Andamans and Kerala have evergreen forest in our India. We have Andamans and Kerala. These are dense forests with a very large variety of trees, plants, creepers, etc. These forests are also green as the trees shed their old leaves but get new leaves every season. While one kind of tree shed its leaves, another tree remains green. This is because they get moisture and warmth to grow constantly. Jamun, canes, bamboos, cardamom, etc. are some characteristic trees of this region. We do not have such forest in Andhra Pradesh. We don't have such forest in Andhra Pradesh. These are also different kinds of evergreen forests. In Himalayas also evergreen forests are there. These are pine forests which remain green throughout the year. Throughout the year it remains green in color. However, they have leaves which are very thin and in the shape of needle. Needle shape this line. Needle type. These trees do not bear flowers but produce cones and hence are called coniferous trees. These trees grow in areas with snowfall. Hence, these trees have the needle-like leaves which do not allow the snow to rest on them. అంటే ఇలా స్లోపింగ్గా ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట. స్లోపింగ్గా ఉన్న వాటి వలన అక్కడ దాని మీద స్నో అన్నది స్టే అవ్వడం. The trees itself is shaped in such a way that is snow slips down the sides and falls on the ground. Okay. Next, deciduous. Second one, deciduous forest. Second one is deciduous forest. These grow in the regions where it rains in only some months and is warm and dry during most of the year. Most of the year, these forests are warm and dry in the year. The trees shed their leaves during their every dry month. Water evaporates through the leaves and the tree try to conserve moisture by getting rid of the leaves during the dry months. New leaves came with the onset of the rain so that the trees can produce food for themselves. Most of the forests of Andhra Pradesh fall in this category as we get less rainfall and what that too in some months and it is very hot during most of the year. In Andhra Pradesh most of the year is very hot. In our state we have two kinds of deciduous forest. One which receives more rain and one which receives less rain. మన deciduous ఫారెస్ట్లో మన ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లో సమ్ deciduous ఫారెస్ట్ ఏమో ఎక్కువగా రెయిన్ అనేది పడుతుంది. తర్వాత లేకపోతే కొన్ని ఏరియాస్లో అసలు నో వాటర్, రెయిన్ వాటర్. The deciduous forest which receive more rain have the following kinds of tree. వేగి, దీంట్లో వేగి, తర్వాత ఏం చేసాం AGEISA ఏం చేసాం తర్వాత మట్టి, తర్వాత బండ. ఇలాంటి ట్రీస్ మనకి ఎక్కువగా ఉంటాయి. In our state, which forests are found in Srikakulam and Visakhapatnam district. These forests are found in Srikakulam and Visakhapatnam district. And East Godavari agency areas also, these are grown. In areas which with less rainfall we have trees like Maddi, Teak, Velaga, Aegis, Ipi, Chaguru, Chiguru, Billu, Neem, Vizinama, Duraga and Boduga. These trees are grown in less rainfall. Such forests are more widespread in our state and can be found in YSR Kadapa and Kurnool districts. These trees are found in Kadapa and Kurnool districts. Okay, ma? These two we are learning today. In next lesson we are learning about thorny forest and lateral forest. Okay, ma? I will give assignment. What is evergreen forest? Where is okay. Number 2 in what are the trees grown? These two you have right and center.